Jazzcast Pros.
Hey, do you have 15 minutes to talk about your healing journey? Fabulous, because that is about how long this podcast is. Welcome to the Healthy Illness Podcast, where we are talking all about building healthier relationships while living with mental health conditions. And today's episode is all about the end of the soft girl era. Yes, you heard it here first. So, what I want to do today is just walk through what the soft girl era is and how we got to the end of it and what does that mean for today and tomorrow. I'm Kelly Marie, your host. I use my life to help you on your healing journey, whether it be mental health specific, whether it is just in the relationship space, right? So relationships with all of the things, not just people, but you, your body, your money, your physical space, all of the relationships, your mental health and your relationship with your mental health, your physical health and your relationship with your physical health, right? Yep. We'll talk about kids and parents and partners and colleagues and coworkers, all the relationships. Today, though, and talking about the end of the soft girl era, drum roll, is, I'll just tell you up front, not really the end of the soft girl era. But I want to tell you why this type of life continues despite the title. And so soft girl era, is this notion that people embrace their feminine side, right? Like through you're doing your hair and wearing frilly dresses and using extra shea butter, being nice and shiny and shit. I don't know. But it really is this understanding that you're embracing the feminine and what that means for you. That's your general soft girl explanation. But here at Front Seat Life and on the Healthy Illness Podcast, soft girl era is more about embracing the grace that we don't generally offer to ourselves as we move through life. So soft girl meaning soft to yourself. You don't have to be a girl. You don't have to like dresses and skirts and frilly things. But it is this engagement with self and grace. We're so hard on ourselves. So many of us are overachievers, right? And trying to do all of the things and pleasing all the people, but never stopping to take care of self, never stopping to please self, and not pleasing self from being selfish. And we've talked about that, right? Like what self-care is and what that means. But again, this is not that. This is really understanding that being soft and being in your soft girl era is kind of dying to this act of selflessness and extending the same grace, the same kindness and consideration that we do to other people, to ourselves. And so for me, this started, yes, the general mental health journey, but specifically last year, I wanted to get my nails done. And I really feel like this is 2 years ago. That's how time flies. But I wanted to get my nails done for an event. I went to a local national, chain to just get some press on nails. I just wanted some press on nails because I didn't want to commit to going to get my nails done. Went to go check out the press on nail place, and it wasn't a press on nail place, it's a beauty supply store, but they didn't have anything that really spoke to me, right? Like everything was like, that's plain. So I broke down, and these plazas have all the things you need in them. Went across the plaza and actually sat down and got my nails done. Since then, I have been religiously getting them done every 2 to 3 weeks. And I have dove into the space of art in nails. And so really tapping into my Flojo and Shikari. I will post up some of the pictures of some of the nail art that my nail tech has done, taking inspiration from other artists online. And the reason why that's important And the reason why that relates to my soft girl era is because I had to relearn how to do things once I got my nails done. Um, I like them long. Like it's been many, many years, probably at least 15, maybe more, when I used to, get my nails done and was in the same process of going every couple weeks. And so I dedicated myself. I mean, dedicated is a strong word. I was just going to get my nails done, but I did commit to getting them done. And I liked them. It wasn't, I was getting them done because I wanted to get my nails done. I wasn't trying to prove anything. I wasn't trying to show up as anybody other than myself. And so for people who haven't known me that long, this was a new Kelly. It wasn't new to me. I mean, I'm almost 50 years old. And in that time, I've been some places and I've seen some things, you know what I'm saying? And so I was back to getting my nails done. The first day, and by first day, I mean walking from the salon to the car and trying to open up the car door. I was having issues. Couldn't hold the steering wheel right. Like I had to just take a minute and take a deep breath and adjust and had to give myself grace. Give myself grace in a way I didn't know that I would need. Now, listen, right? I've had back surgery. I've had to relearn walking. I've had these mental health challenges, all of the things, in life, being a teen mom, um, out here working a 9 to 5, trying to also build a business and podcast and mindfulness facilitation, all that stuff. So all these things, like I have done some things and been some places. None of that mattered when it came time for me to open up the car door. And so I had to take a minute to readjust and figure out how to relive life in a softer way. Just not being, the quote unquote bull in a china shop, but to really be intentional in how I interacted with my surroundings. And so it forced me to be more mindful. It forced me to slow down and come out of autopilot. It also strongly required me to live the life that I preach. And so, yeah, I practice mindfulness and meditation and stillness and being intentional, but this required a different level of intentionality. And so that was, kind of like the jump off to my soft girl era. It wasn't meant to last long. It just was me, getting my nails done, but it morphed and grew into, kind of this nail art space. And the last set of nails, this is how bad it got. It got bad is not the right word, but this is how intense it got. My nail tech and I started sending each other art ideas, and I was spending more time talking to my nail tech than my friends and family out here. So big shout out to Cloud9 Nails. But it was a great experience. And so today, that journey, I'm not going to say it came to an end, but I'm pressing pause on my nail experience because I want to. Nothing happened or occurred. There was no bad thing. I did trip and went to brace myself and grabbed onto the side of the door, and one of my nails broke. That might have actually been like the okay, it's time moment, and that's cool. But I've been pondering like what's next. We did some really incredible art, and I loved it. And I couldn't think of anything else. And so I Juneteenth weekend, is here, and so I had some dope Juneteenth nails. I just said this was the time. And so yesterday, coming back from a birth into this morning, I just felt like now was the time. And so I carefully removed my nails to not cause any more damage to the nail beds. And I'm just going to let it breathe for a while. But here's what I'm not doing. I'm not giving up the soft girl era. I am, because it's death to the soft girl era. But in so much as it's not an era, it's a way of living. It's a chosen path, it's a chosen lifestyle to pause and be intentional, to give yourself grace in the spaces. So, end of the era and embracing the lifestyle of the soft girl. That still means I'm wearing my sweatpants and my sneakers and dresses and stuff like that. Who you see has not changed. I'm still me, still Kelly out here saying some wild stuff. And it was time to change this aspect of living my softest life. And again, softest life to myself, because I show up for those in my space that need me. And they know, I'm not going really to the, I don't know. I always say like Party Light and Tupperware. I don't know if either one of those businesses is still in business, but don't call me for the little, get together to home cooking stuff, like whatever those things. I'm not coming to that, but call me when you need me. Now, if you need me to come to one of those little cooking, like you need me, whatever's happening in your life, like you need me to be there for that, then I'm there. But don't just call to be like, hey girl, hey, me and some of the girls are getting together and we're going to pass around, pretty plates. Like I'm not coming to that. I don't know how I got to that particular point outside of knowing that I am extending the same love, compassion, and kindness and truth telling that I am for others to myself. And that means even in softness and in grace, calling myself out, holding myself accountable, meeting my goals. Even this recording is late, and thank God for Jazz. Big shot. Yo, listen, it's Jazz's birthday weekend. And what is she doing? Editing this video and this audio for the podcast. What? So please send love out to Jazz for her birthday weekend. If you don't know her, she's an incredible human being. But yeah, being, holding myself accountable, making sure that I do the things that I know I need to do. And maybe we'll dive into that a little more, especially around finances, because I've been letting my finances slip. And that accountability piece around that relationship with money and me confronting myself around my relationship with money is something that I know I need to do. If you've noticed, we have not talked about finances in the conversations around relationship. I mention it, but we haven't talked about it. Right? We've talked about food. We've talked about, different types of people in our lives. But we haven't talked, we've talked about spirituality, but finances, which is a huge part of health overall, physical health, mental health, your life space, I haven't talked about. And that's been purposeful because my financial life is not in order. And so I'm not talking about anything and giving you pointers on anything that I'm not out here living myself. And so my finances is straight effed up. And they don't have to be. It's just I haven't found the right situation for my brain to be able to budget. Another conversation for another day. But I want to end our conversation today about embracing not the era, but the life of being soft and kind to you in the same way you are soft and kind to everyone else. And so even though I don't have the nails, that doesn't mean that I'm not exercising that same grace, that I'm not being intentional in the small ways. In the small ways, opening a car door, turning a lock, picking something up off the floor, being intentional in the small ways. And so that's truly what embracing the soft girl life, the life of grace, the soft life is and means in this front seat life healthy illness space. So I would love to know what ways that you see yourself embracing softness and embracing grace and embracing the same love and kindness that you give to other people, to yourself. There are plenty of episodes coming. Why? Because Jazz has already worked them out. We've got like the list of all of the episodes and recordings that I need to do, and so I'm going to do that too. But this, I definitely wanted to share with you because I just feel it's so relevant and important to where we are right now. The world is on fire. It is Juneteenth weekend. I have helped 3 families deliver their new babies into the world over the last 3 weeks. It has been a lot happening personally, in my own personal life and out in the world. And so be kind to yourself, love yourself, exercise that same grace and compassion that you do for everyone else to you. So until next time, I encourage you to be the light, not just to everyone else, but to yourself. Peace.